What will happen if you have anchored your faith with your service and has a supportive environment for your purpose in life? In today's Sensei episode, we will feature a choral conductor. So join us as we explore, learn, and improve with Mr. Dennis Dungo of Himig Pag-Ibig Choir. Here in Sensei, their skills and talents.
I'm Dennis Dungo. I'm from Holy Angel Village here near Bahay Pag-Ibig. No? So I'm old enough to be your father. I'm a retired pharmaceutical representative. No? I worked for 22 years. No? Also, I had a teaching experience for 9 years at Holy Family Academy where I was teaching music and religion. And right now, I'm retired. With my retirement pay, I acquired the franchise for a 7-Eleven store where I operate it. I've been operating it for the past 6 years already. So that's what I'm doing right now.
You mentioned that you worked for 22 years as a part of the pharmaceutical.
Right.
Paano po kayo nag-end up?
Just like my musical journey, it was not my, teaching was my life, no? It was my passion. It was my passion, but somehow because of needs, parang I had to. And I saw my former classmate, no? Wow, he was driving a car, and then life was good. So I asked him, "What are you doing?" So I'm in the pharmaceutical industry. This is some of the perks that they give us. So I was attracted to it. So I applied. It was more of for a better and greener pasture, more than anything else. Science transfer. We have training. Yeah, we have classroom training. Yeah, at first it was terrible for me. I was not prepared for that job. No, and imagine I have to study medical backgrounds, pharmaceutical, pharmacology, all these sort of things that foreign to me. No. All I knew were theology and notes, octaves like that. But to be confronted with, I really had to struggle in the beginning. Yeah, it was kind of very, very hard for me at the beginning.
What made you decide?
Well, it was not my decision. Actually, there were 3 women responsible for my musical journey. No. So let me just start with my mom. No, my mom bought me a piano when I was young, and then for bragging rights, like whenever they have visitors, they'll ask me to play the piano. So it wasn't my will, no, to play the piano, but I was forced into it. Yet side by side, that was. They asked me to play during masses, no? So that started the journey, no? I started young, and then after grade school, I entered the seminary, no? So I thought for a while that musical journey will stop, no? But soon after that, I don't know, by God's grace, the Bishop Emeritus Pasiano Aniceto, asked me, no? Sabi niya, you have to continue your piano lessons. And then so they asked me, so together with Crispin Kajang, Father Crispin Kajang, so we started the choir in Mother of Good Counsel Seminary. No? It lasted until college, for a long time. No? So singing songs, praising God, and starting whenever I go to pastoral assignments, no, during summers, I'm always tasked to kind of handle the choirs. So that honed my skills as a choir master. No? Soon after that, I left the seminary, no? And then I found myself teaching at Holy Family Academy. So there was another woman in my life who kind of encouraged me. So At first, I was just teaching religion. I was teaching Christian living and social studies. But there came a time there was a need for a music teacher. So I said, Dennis, you play the guitar, you play the piano, you teach music. And then she sent me to St. Scholastica's College, Conservatory, no? Where I took some courses in choral conducting. No? That's where I really honed that. So for the next 9 years at Holy Family, I was in charge of graduation songs, masses, no, monthly masses, etc., and all the musical activities of the school. So that honed me. No? Soon after that, I raised a family. No? And nung pinanganak yung aking firstborn, sabi nga, I left teaching and then I went into a more lucrative job. No? So I transferred to a pharmaceutical company. For 22 years, I was there. So I thought for a while again, that a musical journey. Now, the second woman in my life came into me, asking me. So that was my mother-in-law. Sabi niya, we need a choir at Bahay Pag-Ibig. So she encouraged me to form a choir, and then with the help of the homeowners here, so we formed a choir. And then so we started singing here in this place. No? That's almost 30 years already. So from there, so it was again of the third woman in my life, no? My wife, no? Who has been very encouraging and supportive of me, taking care of my needs, preparing merienda for the choir, etc., etc. Understanding why I need to do this. So only to realize, I realized therefore that parang this is my life. Now, God has been preparing me for this ever since I was young until this age. Parang God has put me in this situation wherein I can better serve Him. I can better serve the community. I can better serve my fellow Catholics. Until right now, I have 2 choirs, one here and then one in Cabetica, no? in the Shrine of Our Lady of Lourdes. So the Himig San Nicolas. That is my musical journey.
You also mentioned that you built your family during your journey as a musician.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have a family of musicians?
For more Sensei and Limang Siglo videos, you can visit our social media accounts. Please do like, share, and subscribe.
You also mentioned that you built your family during your journey as a musician.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have a family of musicians?
I'm glad, no? I'm glad. Because of maybe of what my family saw in me and what I was doing. My firstborn, Basil, is a member of Bukas Palad Music Ministry. No? My second child plays the instruments. She's good at it. Benil is very good at in playing the bass guitar and also the piano. Then my youngest, Bea, is a very good singer. No? She's soprano. So, and then my wife also sings. No? So we are a family of musicians. Call it that way. No? But we're happy that we can use this talent that God gave us in order to serve, to give back this blessing, no, to Him and to the community. So it really is very fulfilling for us when I can pursue my passion and still share it with the community. Now that's very fulfilling for me.
What does it feel seeing your children serving with you?
Yes, it gives me great joy. It gives me great joy. Although they have to make sacrifices, no. Sometimes studies versus practice, no. Sometimes it's a struggle for them, but yet they give it their best, no, to serve, no. My son Basil, who's a member of Bukas Palad Music Ministry, no, has to divide work and his ministry, no. Sometimes ministry takes over, na, pero I'm so glad that I see him very happy doing what he does.
Bishop Aniceto po also encouraged you to continue studying.
Yes.
You attend formal training for lessons.
Yes, in the beginning it was just piano lessons, no? And then I studied guitar, um, self-study. No, that was self-study. It was at Holy Family wherein I was really trained. No, I got my training in formal training in choral conducting. Oh.
What do you do when you say choral conductor?
It's very interesting. No? So many voices like soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. Then you try to make them sing together and create harmony and create music. That's the work of the choral conductor. No? Not necessarily teach them music, but how to make them harmonize. Parang how to make them sing together. No? Sometimes it's very hard, no? Especially with the choirs that I handle. It's not that they're very good singers. No? Yeah, I'm glad they're good singers. But unlike other choirs, we don't do auditions. It usually is by invitation. No? Kabarkada, kaklase, kapitbahay. No? Whether they sing or not, we welcome them in the choir. And then we try to practice and practice and practice. Then put them together, then create music. That's basically the work of a choral conductor.
What are the differences for the choral conductor and the choir master?
Choir master, well, maybe is an overall person in charge of the choir. Now, he takes care of how you gather them together, maybe prepare the musical instruments and prepare the venue, etc. Everything. No? Now, choral conductor just takes care of the music, to come up with the music. Basically, that's it. Sorry. Yeah.
Since you mentioned that you perform the choir,
Yes.
do you consider yourself as a choir master?
Yes, in a way, yeah. They can go together. They can go side by side, no? Together. So you can be a choir master and then you can be a choral conductor, no? Yeah, sometimes personal problems, no, and then the choir members are humans, no. They have individual preferences, individual kind of character, no? So how to put them together and make them gel together is a big problem sometimes, no. Diferensyang ano lang, network, kapuso, kapamilya, pag-aawayan nila. As a choir master, I mean, sometimes, trabaho ko pa ba to? No? But, well, you have to do all these things. No? Yeah, sometimes, just to make them together. I'm also, sometimes, yung mga internal squabbles nila, ng mga misunderstanding nila. Sometimes I do counseling. I'm willing to do that. No? Just for us, ano. Pero, what is important for me is I make them gel, yet I bring them with me in my journey, no? Because my musical journey, I believe, it doesn't end with the musical journey. No? It's also a religious journey for me, no? Something spiritual. God put me in here as parang blessed me with. I started young. I attribute that to God. No? He prepared me for this. No? So for me, besides being a choir master, one of the tasks is I would like to bring them together with me in my journey, with my journey. Siguro, the difference is sometimes part of our choir practices, no? We do Bible studies, we do Bible sharing. So we prepare. I do not only prepare them for the Mass and singing for the Mass. I prepare them na by somehow we discuss the Gospel, no? The Sunday Gospel music, so that when they sing, they just don't worry about their voices, no? But they really do have to be immersed into the message of the Gospel, and that gives us special, in a way, feeling, no? When we sing. So that makes singing more interesting.
Do you think those things that you mentioned are very reasons why you prefer the church?
it's more on my response to God. God has been very good to me. No? All these things I do because I want to give back. No? God has blessed me ever since I was young until now. He's not left my side. No? So I am just but a humble servant giving back to Him. So I do this, no, for His glory.
What are the things that you do when you try to put harmony sa mga kanta mo?
Well, number one, I study the songs. No? I study the songs. I try to see ano ba yung what is being demanded by the musical piece, by the composer. No? So I study the dynamics. No? So before I come to teach them, no, I should know the musical piece already. So yun ang mga preparation. Pero more than that, I do some preparations. I do some three judgment. No? One is musical judgment. I do liturgical judgment, and I do pastoral judgment. No?
For more Sensei and Limang Siglo videos, you can visit our social media accounts. Please do like, share, and subscribe.
What are the things that you do when you try to put harmony sa mga kanta mo?
Well, number one, I study the songs. No? I study the songs. I try to see ano ba yung what is being demanded by the musical piece, by the composer. No? So I study the dynamics. No? So before I come to teach them, no, I should know the musical piece already. So yun ang mga preparation. Pero more than that, I do some preparations. I do some three judgment. No? One is musical judgment. I do liturgical judgment, and I do pastoral judgment. No? Just go through these three judgments that I use. No? One is liturgical judgment. What does the liturgy demand? No? Sometimes ang nagiging problema ng mga ibang musical choir masters, no? Yung pagpili ng mga songs. Appropriate ba itong song na to o hindi, no? Let me just give you an example, no? Yung kantang Kunin mo, O Diyos, di ba? Palaging ginagamit nilang mga choirs noon sa offertory song. But that is not an offertory song, no? The song was composed and the lyrics were composed for a different purpose. But it wasn't composed for that purpose of being the offertory. Because a liturgical judgment, we are supposed to accompany the liturgy, no? Kung anong ginagawa sa liturgy, halimbawa offertory, yun ang dapat na kinakanta namin. Yun dapat ang gina-guide namin mga tao through our songs. Like, what happens in the offertory is an offering of the bread and wine that is turned into the body and blood of Christ. So therefore, the song should be about the bread and the wine turning into body and blood of Jesus. Now, Kunin mo, O Diyos, is very far from that kind of song. So maraming, I do some liturgical judgment. Okay? Second judgment is musical judgment. Now, what is appropriate? What is appropriate song for this? For example, I choose what is an appropriate song for an entrance hymn. No? Supposed to be about gathering people. So I do some judgment. What music best is suited for that? Okay. What is the season? Is it the season of Lent? So what songs do I choose? No? So that's a musical. It's part of musical judgment. Now the third judgment is pastoral judgment. No? I take into consideration the community. No? Sino yung nag-a-attend ng mass? Are they mostly young ones? No? So therefore, kung young ones yan, Gregorian chant ba yung pakakanta ko? Of course not. Something more of the upbeat songs, right? Mga matatanda, yan. Gusto yung mga medyong something that the congregation needs is what I give them. No? It's not just for, itong maganda ata itong song na to without any other consideration. That's what I do. No? So those are the three judgments in preparing for the Mass. No?
What was the greatest lesson that you have learned during your journey to as a musician?
I learned na God prepares us early on for a certain kind of purpose in our life. No? So we'll just have to be very sensitive and try to discover what that is. As for me, I'm glad I discovered it. No? I thought my mother was just forcing me to play the piano and brag about her friends that I could play the piano. No? I'm glad I discovered that God used my mom, no, to hone my skills so that I could serve the community. I'm glad that I saw somehow I'm blessed, no? That Aposeto encouraged me to go on and then continue with my piano lessons while in the seminary. So thus the journey started. And I'm glad that my mother-in-law introduced me to Pag-Ibig, no? And I'm glad my wife was very supportive of me. So that is God working in my life. So, and I can only thank Him for that.
Meron po bang mga guidelines or steps po to take on that?
Siguro, bottom line, wherever your hands, whatever the hand does, your choir should do. No? Parang, pag ginanong ko to, no, lalakasan nila yung boses nila. Pag ginanong ko to, susuppress nila yung boses nila. So, kung anong gagawin ko, dapat yun ang gawin nila. So, if they can achieve that, that's a basic thing. So knowing that. So, of course, sharpening the saw. No, we have to always study. Wala nang ano. Kahit si Michael Jordan had to study his moves before he became very good basketball player. No? So, as choir master, do your assignment, study.
Can you give us some encouragement or kind words for others trying to be a conductor or anything that will explore?
Yes. Pero much more because you would not consider me the maestro, you will not consider me an expert when it comes to music. So who am I to give them advice? No? But what I would like to encourage them is discover and embrace the love of God. No? That's different. No? It's a different ministry when you have God with you. No? Kasi I've seen choirs who sing like the madrigal singers. Yet pag uwi nila, pag in mga private lives nila, they do different things. Parang hiwalay sa kanilang kinakanta. No? Di ba mas maganda na ang lumalabas sa iyong bibig na mga tono ay isang pagtugon doon sa pagmamahal ng Diyos sa iyo na pinakita sa iyo mula sa iyong pagkasilang. No? And that could be wonderful. Only all choirs can do that. Only choirs can do that. Start with that. No? The musicality comes next. But discover for the love of God in your life. And that will be enough.
Thank you for joining us in this Sensei episode featuring Mr. Dennis Dungo. We hope that you have learned and been reminded of how God's love works through the people who support you. So together, let's continue to discover and embrace God's love. Because in His love, we will never go out of harmony. See you again, and we will continue to explore, learn, and improve. Because life is a continuous learning process. This is Sensei, their skills and talents.